still OGTV Splash on OGTV, the People's Telly, and I told you that it's an exciting edition of the program. I told you that I'm going to be having set of interviews where my guests are going to be coming in to talk about different interesting topics. So after the Keep Fit, that music that you just saw is actually a song by Burna Boy that is titled Updates. So I'm trying to update you with this set of interviews that I have for you on the program this morning, updating you on things that can be helpful and useful to your growth and of course your success. And that is why my next guest is somebody of many parts. That is the way I can describe him. He's a lecturer, he's an author, an entrepreneur, a man of God. Anyway, so these are some of many of his paths that he has. So I have with me on the program this morning Professor Samuel Karim, who I've told you that he's an author, he's a lecturer, he's an entrepreneur. So today we are going to be exploring the part of him that is an author. That is what we are going to be exploring on the program this morning. So he has actually published a book, and the book, a copy of the book is what I have with me, and the book is titled How to Turn Your Certificate to Money Without a Struggle. That's the book with me. It's with a copy too, and I'm being informed that the book is going to be launched today. So Professor Karim, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sanusi.
And welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk about this book.
Okay.
What actually inspired you to pen this book? What's the inspiration behind this book? Did you have to struggle after your graduation, or you didn't have to struggle? You had it smooth, and you felt like, okay, let me just share my smooth experience, or you wanted to share your struggle? So which one actually happened? Or maybe it's another thing that actually inspired you?
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanusi. Thank you for this opportunity. Like you said earlier, today we are actually officially launching the book. Okay. Let me say this. I've been working on this book since 2010, if I can remember precisely. That's about 15 years.
Yeah.
In fact, the first manuscript the write-up I had on the book, I just put it on my laptop. I didn't even bother publishing because I want it to be something so practical, something so real, something that any graduate can pick, apply, and get results. Now, what actually inspired the book is, will I say my interaction with young people?
Okay.
This is not my first book. At least I've authored, I've published both audio books and physical books, hard copy of over 100 books.
Wow.
Helping young people, undergraduate, graduates. I've written how to turn how to build distinctions today, how to avoid carryover. A lot of books I've written. So this is just a new one, the latest one which we are launching today. Now, what actually inspired the book is the statistics and my interaction with young people. Our church, for instance, is close to campus students. That's Mochidabella Polytechnic. So I have a lot of them around me, and I know their plights. And then if I look at the statistics, for instance, if you Google now, you see that over 73 million, graduates are grounded.
Over 73 million.
73 million.
In
Nigeria only is 25 million.
Oh, okay.
Nigeria is 25
million.
So globally, about 73 million. So the statistics.
Reliable statistics out of research.
I'm telling you, you can, after the program, you can Google.
Okay.
You check it out. It's a global statistics. Okay. You understand what I'm trying to say?
25 million Nigerian
25
graduates are stuck.
Yeah, they're stuck. You understand that now? So, for me, will I say I had a soft landing because the first company I worked with before I ventured into entrepreneurship, that was Procter & Gamble. In 2006, they actually came to our campus to employ me.
Wow.
So, and then
you must be a very brilliant student.
Well, by the grace of God.
Because for you
so beautifully enough, after the whole rigor of the interview, writing exam on our campus, about I think 8 of us passed. And eventually invited us out of the whole campus. 8 of us passed in all of the campus, and then they invited us to their company. They did all the interview that day, and eventually I was the only one that emerged, as someone they employed.
Wow.
So I had a soft landing. So from there they sent me out of the country for some trainings, blah blah blah. And then coming back to Nigeria and all the stuff. So eventually I learned a lot there. Leadership, because it's a multinational company. Leadership, training access, a lot of things. So eventually I venture into entrepreneurship. So it's part of the things I share in this book.
Okay, so let's talk about the book. I think you broke the book into about 3-4 parts.
Exactly.
So share some of these parts with us.
As a graduate, there is these other statistics I would love to share.
Okay.
On an average, these are statistics you can fact check, on the internet.
Sure.
50 million new businesses and companies is started across the world every year. On an average, about 137,000 new businesses start up. At least, if you pick it up, over 1 million people retire every year, across the world. And then, of course, in fact, there was actually something I came across that in a day in the US, at least 10,000 people retire. Now, this is a big vacuum. All these things are, creating opportunities. We should not have real problem of unemployment. Now, the problem is not really the opportunity. It's that the people that wants to take advantage of the opportunity are not equipped. They don't have the requisite knowledge, skills, you understand, to leverage this opportunity. Because these over 50 million businesses that start, new businesses every year, somebody will have to work there. Do you understand that now? People that are leaving their job, retiring at least over 1 million every year, somebody have to replace them. You understand? But these graduates, we still have this large sum of, graduates that are grounded. They don't even know what to do. You meet an average graduate, they don't even know what to do next. So I write this book by inspiration and, of course, based on facts.
Okay, let's.
So the first aspect is on the labor market. If you're a graduate, it's either you go to the labor market after graduation, you go into the business market, whether you become an employee or you become an entrepreneur. So the first chapter, the foundation is laid on mindset, to shift graduate mindset. Then the first chapter deals with, if you want to be an employee, not everybody is wired with the quality of an entrepreneur. Some people are just very good if they are working under an established organization. So how do you, sort out vacancies?
Right.
How do you prepare for an interview? If there's no vacancy, how do you provide one for yourself? You understand? And then how do you attend it? How do you pass the interview? If you eventually get the job, what do you do to join the top 10 high flyers in that organization so that you can enjoy promotion fast and then get a high pay? And then eventually when you start collecting the salary, when you start making the money, how do you turn that money to wealth? What do you do with it? So that is what the first chapter is about. And the second chapter is for those who are caught out for entrepreneurship, who wants to, go into business, the business world. Now, how do you even know the business you have to start? How do you raise capital, which has been the big bone of contention? Oh, I don't have money, I don't have capital. How do you raise capital? At least inside the book, we have close to about 10 different ways you can, raise capital. In fact, the last one I actually talk about in this book is even going to bank for loan, which we find we discourage for new startups. There are other legitimate legal ways you can easily raise capital, and a lot of young graduates don't know about it. Okay, so then of course, by the time you start making money from the business, how do you manage the money? How do you multiply the money? How do you expand your business? How do you? So it's also inside the book. And then the other chapter has to talk about investment, because whether you are an employee or you are an entrepreneur, when you make money, it is not the money you make that actually make you wealthy or rich. It is how you're able to manage the money and multiply the money. So the investment, aspect deals with how do you invest? Where do you invest? And some other basic knowledge that anyone needs, to make best, out of any investment they're making, basically.
Very, very interesting. You actually said that you try to make it practical.
Very, very practical.
And I want to believe that I'm craving to read the book anyway.
Wow, that's a great
with all that you said. But, because I want to believe that if reading this book, I can get all that you said.
Exactly.
This will help a lot of.
In fact, a lot of we've had a great icons that have reviewed the book.
Because
Okay.
what you are even saying, the focus is for those that have maybe graduated, but even people on the job, maybe entrepreneur and
In
what
fact,
have
that
you,
is,
it also goes a long way.
Sincerely,
With all that you said.
yeah, Mr. Sanusi, you see, if you read the endorsement, you will see those who have reviewed the book, okay, like Barrister Kayode Akeshola, Dr. Sunday Agbaji, Dr. Olayinka Oluseyi, Reverend Wale Akirobi, and even Dr. Stephen Akintayo,
So-
that actually forward the book. They said, "Wow, this is so practical that, in fact, even if you're a professional, you're already working, you already have a business, you have something to pick from there."
And I want to believe that you wrote it bearing in mind that we are in Nigeria and we are Nigerians.
Exactly.
Even
In
though I know,
Nigeria context.
I know you are not. I want to believe that you are not only writing for Nigeria
Of course,
market.
of course. In
But
fact,
you also bear in mind
we are
that-
having a global tour from January.
Wow.
Ghana, South Africa, different countries in Africa. We're having a global tour for the book. So,
That's going to be interesting.
but actually, in fact, even if you look at the design, you see it's having the Nigeria stuff. So
Stuff,
we
I
have
can
this Nigeria, mindset, at least for a graduate in Nigeria. It's something that is applicable in Nigeria very well.
That's
Very
interesting.
well.
So as we wrap up the interview, where is the launching taking place today?
Basically, we are having a global launching virtual stuff. Okay, so like we've had a global audience watching this now. Okay, you understand that now. Even before the launching, like last Saturday, by this time last Saturday, I think the first class student and the overall best student of Dominion University in Ibadan, they gave them this book, the courtesy of the vice chancellor and the chancellor.
So
Okay,
if I want to get a copy of the book after the launching today, are you ready to share with us
Of course.
how much it costs?
Basically, the book is 10,000, but because we look at it and say Nigerian contest, so we do a 50% discount for anyone who is going to get that. Okay, after the launch today. So you can buy it for 5,000 naira, basically. So, and it's available on Seller, online on Seller. Okay, anybody can buy it anywhere in the world. It's available on Seller to buy. And then the hard copy also is available at our bookshop, Authority bookshop here in Abeokuta, in Onikolobo, basically.
What about outside Abeokuta?
Outside Abeokuta, of course, they can give a call. So once they give us a call, we can always link them up with some of our, representatives that can easily, they can get the hard copy. But anybody can get the soft copy online, okay, on Seller. But if you want to get the hard copy in Abeokuta, you come to Authority bookshop. You want to get it outside Ogun State, you can easily call, this number 08100 20 82 82.
Maybe you take it one more time and this time slowly.
All right. So let me add our code +234 8100 20 82 82 +234 8100 20 82 82. So if you call that number, you will be guided on how to get your copy any way you want to get it.
All right, Professor Karim, thank you so much for putting up this, and of course for coming here to actually share with people. This is sometimes we don't know the value of something until when we get it.
The taste of the pudding is in eating it.
Exactly. So I want to, like I said, I'm craving to read the book.
Yeah.
Because
And I'll be waiting for your review.
yeah, we all need to make money in life.
Of course.
What's life without money?
Of course.
You know?
And what's the essence of the burning the night can do, paying millions for school fee, spending years, on campus, you come out and you are grounded. Let me just quickly say this as we wrap up. Just recently, I think that was just last week, there was this stuff I saw on Facebook. This young graduate, she graduated 2022. In fact, they took the picture of when she was signing out, the way all these girls sign out. And then, just 2025, this year down the line, the same girl was seen along the roadside selling buns. And she graduated with first class.
Wow.
So they put the two pictures, 2022 graduation, and now on the street. So, and this is so painful. So I'm going to encourage all parents. There is no sense of just, sending your words to school and they don't know what to do after they graduate. So you can get this book for them. And stakeholders also, they have graduates, maybe undergraduate, you want to graduate in the next 1 year, you've already graduated or wherever you are. So it's very important. So I'll just encourage everyone to get this book.
So any other thing that you feel like you want to share with us on the program as we wrap up the interview?
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Sanusi. I will say this, like I said earlier. This is a huge national and even global problem. Okay, and like I said, everyone who have reviewed the book, everyone keeps saying this is the book that is needed for the hour, for the time. And then I will say this, there is no magic in life. What you don't know, one of my mentors used to say, is the mountains around you is because of what you don't know. There are opportunities available. If you are a graduate and you want to work as an employee, or you want to start your business, you want to become an entrepreneur, there is no magic about it. People have done this. I've done it myself. Today we run an estate, West Mariana Estate. At least we have about 10 physical locations across Nigeria. And then you understand what I'm trying to say. So, and then I run other businesses too.
And I know those experiences will form your writing
That's
in
why
this
we put it.
particular
That's
book.
why we make it so practical. The book is so simple to read, simple to understand, simple to apply to get easy results. So I will encourage you, please, if you're a parent, get this book for any of your undergraduate children, or whether they've graduated already. If you're a stakeholder, maybe you're a vice chancellor, you're a chancellor, you're a proprietor, please get this for the student. They need it. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much,
right.
Professor Karim, for coming on the program.
Thank you, Mr. Sanusi.
I wish you all the best.
All right.
And of course, I also encourage people to get it. I'll read it.
All right.
And I want to make more money. Once again,
course.
thank you. So, OGTV Splash continues, and of course, after this interview, you are going to be enjoying Blast from the Past. And what an apt music is a song by Notorious B.I.G. featuring P. Diddy, and the song is titled More Money, More Problem. It's better to have more problem than not have money, because what is the essence of problem when there's no money? Money is what you are going to use to solve some of these problems. So enjoy More Money, More Problem from Notorious B.I.G. and I'll be right back.